Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, the 12th of August. So let's get on and look at these markets. First things first, news. What risk have we got coming out today? So I was reading some news a short while ago. In fact, let's just look at the Forex factory for a moment. And well, Japanese bank holiday. Anyway, and well, Chinese new loans. That's it. So we're pretty much done there. I did look over here. We have seen some speakers coming out which are affecting the pound maybe, but there's very little. OPEC monthly report is due out today around about 1ish. Okay, we'll see how that happens, but it doesn't seem too much at all. In fact, this week going forward, we've got UK employment data, and then we started with inflation data, producers price index coming through the US there on Tuesday, and then the CPI on Wednesday, Reserve Bank of New Zealand rates on Wednesday. Thursday, not a great deal until employment change, Australian employment change there. Be interesting. And then we've got core retail sales, etc. in the US. I was just looking. UK GDP, that's the monthly figure. It has less in. Oh, it's the. No, it's monthly. And then that's pretty much it. It's all about inflation, really. The US economy, people are starting to really focus on that in terms of what we'll see with interest rate increases or cuts, most likely. But anyway, let's look at the technicals, and you can see pretty much from this euro. If you look at the yearly pivot here, price has basically been sitting on the yearly pivot most of the time. Most of the closes there are pretty much okay. We haven't closed today, but we're seeing very tight ranges, and a lot of the price action, if the mode would be running pretty through the middle there. If we were really looking at what's going on. At the moment, I mean, today's pivots are so ridiculously pinched. They don't become too useful. I mean, some of the outer ones might have a bit more of an effect. You should run into the S3s, maybe R3s, S3s, R4s, S4s even maybe. But a very tight market there. It's throwing a coin to see where that's going. It's not really given too much in the way of guidance. So I shall leave that market today. The pound. Now, of course, at some point that euro is going to go, but I'm going to have to wait until it does go. So I'm looking at the direction it's going in. The pound, well, it's recovered a little bit. Thursday, Friday there, it recovered, bullish engulfing on Thursday, and we saw it follow through Friday and looking at a tad better. Its trend line here, it sort of walks its way a bit sideward out of that trend at the moment. We'll see how things react. Already looking like it's tested the weekly pivot straight away on the open yesterday. Shorter time frame here, again pivots very pinched, so we're looking for R2s, R3s, S2s, S3s, more likely the upper side at the moment. It looks just run into its R1. It doesn't mean they won't have reactions to them because they're tight. It's just there's more likelihood of normal average true range of a day being bigger than the range between the pivots, so it's more likely to push through. Choppy old day on Friday there, selling in the morning, buying back in the afternoon. Little V bottom. Anyway, not really showing too much for continuation at the moment. Very slow start. Talking of slow starts, well, the Australian, Japanese yen even, it did trigger me into a little short trade on Friday, but it doesn't look like it's going to be lasting very long this morning. I'm still looking at the break of the lows from last week. Let's see, when was it? Wednesday's lows there for potential short. At the moment, though, unfortunately, this is, although it was showing on the shorter time frames, it was looking like it was rolling. Well, it may still roll. It's just sitting now into its 4-hourly 50s. Whether it gets any effect from that. Looking at the mess that's sitting here. Sorry, I got I've got the order on from the lows there, just demonstrating where the order is there, but the rest of it's looking pretty ugly where it is at the moment. Okay, yeah, it put the lower high in on Friday there on the shorter time frames. It started the action, but maybe need to be a bit more patient with that one. Australian dollar, well, it hit the monthly pivot on Friday, never managed to recover from that. It was looking higher lows, higher highs. It was looking okay, and it might have another try of that, but you can just see the market's just deaded, just dying off here at the moment. There's not a lot to be moving it. Maybe this week that we start seeing a bit more volatility kicking through. I've got the US dollar CAD here. Same situation. It's sorry, I've got this big range on here because I was looking at the higher time frames of where we are with this Canadian dollar. It seems to, maybe last week we saw it put this bearish engulfing bar here, key reversal bar. It did just break the near-term highs, or nearer term highs, last October, but I'll probably have to take that off in a little while because I don't like that purpley colour over the screen, but it's got scope to roll back over. It's still sitting in the on the 50 MA there at the moment, but we've got scope to push out of this sort of area. Its consolidation is around the lows, so it's more likely to go within that direction. But really, you can just see the ranges are tightening up, the pivots are pinching, and well, we're not going to have to take too much notice of them. But of course, we've got news out later this week, might create something a bit more. New Zealand dollar continued its route to the upside. I mean, Friday was a bit of a sell-off day, as it was with the Aussie. We're seeing this moving up a bit this morning, climbing up there, which is all the majors of side of the yen are strengthening this morning. Just, yeah, not massively, just towards the higher range here. The Swissy Swissy and yen are the weak links. The risk-averse currencies, basically, along with the dollar. The dollar is actually pushing there that little bit stronger at the moment. Okay, higher lows, higher highs through here. Still looks like it could be further upside there, a bit more of a recovery on the US dollar Swissy. Right, okay, other pairs I've been looking at lately that which have just gone on the lower time frames really choppy is the likes of the Euro CAD. I was looking for more downside in this last week. It just didn't really materialize too much, found a bit of support, and that was that. And it's certainly not doing too much at the moment here. Flatlining, what was it, the pound CAD I was in a short on last week, which is it found support, and that was with that as well. Where was it? It's found the support just on its monthly S1 there, bounced, tracked me out at break even, but Canadian dollar may be a bit more sticky this week. We'll see what happens post the news really on that one now. Right, okay, there's the majors. Let's just have a quick look elsewhere. Look at gold. Bigger picture here. It's starting on. It looks like it's starting on the upside again. It's starting to continue. So it's starting to continue. It's continuing this this move that was there. It's steady. It's slow, but it looks like it's just about to break Friday's high there. It's not far off of breaking Friday's high. Maybe we'll see a continuation. Certainly a sign of concern around the markets to a degree there. The what else was I looking at? That was gold, oil. Oil continuing the rally. It started last week there, higher lows coming through, broken the trend there, and well, oil pushing through back to looking like it's going north, upwards. So maybe there'll be opportunities on the buy side on that, but to me it's back on the buy side. Yes, there's had this big sell-off here, but at the moment it could be heading up towards that monthly pivot at some point during the week. Okay, equity markets, S&Ps. I read somewhere it had its best recovery this year or something. It was a load of nonsense that is. It had one good day on Thursday. Friday picked up a little bit, but hardly say it's a major recovery. Anyway, it's looks like it's put the higher low in here. You see it on the intermediate time frame here. Maybe it's got chance of pushing up a bit further, but it's a bit iffy. The Nasdaq, same picture here. In fact, you'll see the similar picture through all, but the Dow Jones just off a little bit this morning at the moment, but similar-ish pictures running through. Close to home then, the DAX. For you DAX traders out there, most of last week it was quite rangy. It did pick up a little bit more on Friday, probably because I was moaning about the lack of movement, but hardly. It really is sort of ranging, and again running more sidewards than anything else at this stage. It's a slight incline there. In fact, it looks probably better on this time frame. There's a reasonable trend line running across the lows there, and we could just see a slight continuation in that mode, but coming back for the daily pivot at the moment, although it did wipe its face on it in the first hour there, but hardly setting the world alight here. FTSE, similar case really. So there is a bit of a recovery after that sort of quite big sell-off there, quick sell-off. We're seeing this recovery coming through. It's a question of whether it can make the rest of the journey. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me this morning. It does look a bit flat out there at the moment. News-wise, we've got nothing significant today. Currency-wise, there's a lot of flat things out there. I mean, just take you back to Euro and New Zealand. That wasn't really what I was going to show you. Going back to the Euro and looking at how flat this really is. It's a good summary of the markets at the moment. So I'll leave it there. Have a great day, and hopefully something will happen this morning that will create a bit more movement in these prices. Bye for now.